Imagine this, you're just 21 years old, barely out of your teens, and you're standing on the champs. Draped in yellow, having just conquered the most grueling race in all of cycling. Not just won it, but shocked the world doing it. This is the story of how Tadej Pogačar, a quiet kid from Slovenia, rewrote history, stunned legends, and became the youngest Tour de France champion in over 100 years. Before we dive in, smash that like button. If you love underdog stories, subscribe for more epic cycling legends. And comment below. Who do you think is the greatest Tour de France champion of all time? Is it Merckx, Froome, Pogačar? Let's hear it. Now, let's roll back the wheels of time. Born in Komenda, Slovenia, Tadej Pogačar wasn't exactly destined to be a superstar. His hometown didn't have alpine peaks or elite training centers, but what it did have was grit and a young boy who loved two wheels. At just 9 years old, Tadej joined the ROG Ljubljana cycling club. Coaches quickly saw something different in him. It wasn't just talent, it was focus, maturity, and an almost obsessive work ethic. By his late teens, he was winning junior races across Europe. But unlike others, Pogačar was never loud. He didn't boast. He just trained harder, analyzed more, and quietly crushed expectations. In 2018, at just 19, he signed with UAE. By 20, he was already making noise on the world. The cycling world took notice, but no one could predict what would happen in 2020. In 2019, Pogačar rode his first Grand Tour, the Volta a España, and stunned everyone by finishing third overall and winning 3 stages. That performance lit the spark. By the time the 2020 Tour de France rolled around, he was considered a promising outsider. But the favorites were still Egan Bernal, Primož, Roglic, and a host of other seasoned pros. The 2020 Tour was unique. Due to COVID-19, it was delayed until late August. There were fewer crowds, stricter rules, and an eerie atmosphere. But he was late. He came into the Tour as UAE's co-leader with Fabio Ru. But after Ru faltered, all eyes turned to the young Slovenian. He started strong, but it was stage 9 where he truly showed his teeth, launching attacks and climbing with the best. Stage 15. He dropped the hammer and closed in on yellow. But even then, most assumed Primož Roglic, his fellow Slovenian and leader of the powerful Jumbo-Visma team, would hold on. Then came the time trial. Stage 20 of the 2020 Tour de France, a 36.2 kilometers individual time trial from Lourdes to La Planche des Belles Filles. Roglic was in yellow, with a 57-second lead over Pogačar. No one thought he could be caught. Time trials aren't where young climbers shine, but what happened next became the stuff of cycling legend. Pogačar didn't just ride the perfect time trial, he obliterated the field. He rode with surgical precision, pacing the flat sections before unleashing hell on the final climb. He beat Roglic by 1 minute and 56 seconds, a massive margin in modern cycling. The world watched in disbelief as the young underdog took yellow on the penultimate day. Roglic, stunned and gracious, could only watch as his dreams slipped away. Pogačar not only took the yellow jersey, he won 3 jerseys in total. Yellow, polka dot, and white. It was a Tour performance unlike any other. And just like that, the cycling world had a new king. What makes Pogačar different? First, his climbing. He is light, explosive, and fearless. He doesn't wait, he attacks when others hesitate. Second, his tactics. Despite being young, his race IQ is off the charts. He knows when to hide, when to strike, and how to conserve energy. Third, his recovery. In a sport where fatigue stacks like bricks, Pogačar recovers like keys, pressing reset every morning. And finally, his mindset. Calm under pressure, humble in victory, hungry for more. His ability to dominate both mountain stages and time trials makes him a rare, all-rounder, a throwback to legends like Eddie Merckx. After his 2020 triumph, many expected him to be a one-time wonder. But Pogačar silenced doubters by winning again in 2021, this time with even more dominance. He took control of the race early and never let go, winning 3 stages and finishing over 5 minutes ahead of second place. In 2022 and 2023, he faced fierce competition from Jonas Vingegaard and others, but his style remained the same: aggressive, attacking, and entertaining. He's not afraid to lose, and that's what makes him dangerous. He rides to win, not just to defend. Now, at just 25, he's already one of the most accomplished riders of his generation, with many more tours ahead. He's inspiring a new generation of cyclists across the globe, from Slovenia to Colombia, from Belgium to the US, and he's doing it all with a smile. The question now is, how far can he go? Can he match the 5 Tour de France wins of Merckx and can he conquer the Giro and the Volta and become a Grand Tour legend? Will he dominate the classics like Liège-Bastogne-Liège, which he's already won, or the monuments like Paris-Roubaix? One thing's for sure, Pogačar isn't done. Not even close. His journey from a small Slovenian town to the pinnacle of cycling is still just beginning. So, what do you think? Is Tadej Pogačar already one of the all-time greats, or is the best still to come? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if this story inspired you, and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the legends, rivalries, and history-making moments of the Tour de France. Next up, we're breaking down the greatest comeback in Tour history. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep climbing, keep dreaming, and never underestimate the heart of a young champion.